Alright. Here they come. Guys, slow down. Jeez. Guys, hey! That's alright. Hey! Knock it off! What are you doing? Hey! That is unacceptable behavior, fellas. Okay. There we go. I don't know, man. They went for the hills, bro. It was like back in the days, talking about Panther, and they decided they're all just going to run out here like crazy. That was it. That was the thing about the days of Panthro. When you have an alpha inside of a pack, and we have a lot of alphas. Guys, get away from Jerry's mouth. Holy crap. Get out of there. Tubby. Tubby. I don't know what his saliva's like. Anyway, when you have an alpha inside of a pack, everything is different. And there's a difference in the kinds of alphas. Like Norak is a food alpha. She's a beast over anything food. And look at that. She's so fat. You can see ripples going up and down her. It's almost impossible to exercise these things as individuals. It was good when we had the pool. Actually, when she had a leg injury, we thought she was going down too. We didn't know what was going down. We got a big pool and we spent a year and recovered her. And it was amazing. Just simply amazing. We thought she was gone. We didn't know what was going on after Panthro. But anyway, back to this alpha male stuff, right? So if you have an alpha in the pack, an alpha is a little bit different in all things. Like the pack, all of them have something against him. Like when Panthro would walk in the room, all of these guys would knock it off right now. Joshua? Josh is just, I don't know what he is. So when Panthro walked in the room, everybody would get up and everybody like, rah. And Panthro's the dude that would hold like, he would hold Giddy down on the ground. When they were all just laying there, Panther would come up, sit down. Giddy would sit there and protest and do whatever. But Panther was such an alpha. He put his hand on his head and smash his head to the ground and start licking his teeth. And just he was the dentist. Panther was like the dentist. His way of alpha and stuff. Joshua, spankins. Want spankins, Josh? I didn't think so. So he would hold him down, and he was the dentist. He did it to, I can't remember, he did it to Tubby. Tubby was his little, Panther just dominated him. He'd just sit on the ground and rah, rah, rah. Panther would have his hand right on his head, just sitting there licking in his face. Dentist. He did it a couple times to Nora, and Nora's like, rah, and got rid of him. Like she was done with that. And Panther never went back and messed with her. But Panthro had a thing with everybody. And Mr. Bubs and Panthro had a major thing. Because Mr. Bubs isn't an alpha per se, like Panthro was, like a bully alpha. But he doesn't take any crap. And no, Joshua, that's it. You know it. Look at that guilt on that. Get over here right now. What is wrong with you? He's protecting this lid right there. Underneath it's a stupid brown rock that they all want to lick. This is what my life is. Okay. So we have, let's see, where are we going with this? So we have Panthro, and he's the bully alpha, and he just goes around and mess with everybody. Like during down times, he would go and just nudge Mr. Bubs. Pop, 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 pop. Just sit there and mess with him. And at night, he would, because he was bunked with Mr. Bubs, Caden, one of my twins, is always graphic designing. He would always be turning around, and Panther was just sitting up there writing Mr. Bubs, just like, who's your name? What's your daddy? You know, she's just, and he always would. He would do it to any time that like Lionel was in there. Panther would do that as well. Panther was always exerting dominance across every single one of them. So in of that self, that wasn't. I got a huge black horse fly that just hit me again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Jungle life. So, right, that was in of itself, that wasn't a big deal. But the second we had to like let them out or do stuff, and back in the day when we had Panther, we couldn't just let the dogs run out. Like we had a gate, and when we did let them out, somebody would have to be out here, usually with a stick, to make sure, because they ran out of here 90 going north. And for whatever reason, as they're all running and bursting and blasting off, you're getting a spanking right now. You know it. Josh. Have to cross the rocks to get to him, but knock it off, Tubby. Josh. He has such a short attention span. Okay, so anyway, they're taking off 90 going north. And like Nora would reach over and rip Tubby and roll him. You are such a bad dog. And something would happen, and by the time they made it to the fence, just going 90 going north, they would have a fight. And it could start with Nora, it could start with Tubby, Nora and Tubby. Whoever, like Nora's like super, super aggressive when she's racing everybody. Like for whatever reason, she will reach over to the side like Spy Hunter style and hit somebody going by her. And she's rolled Tubby multiple times. Both her and her sister, Michaela Sue, have completely rolled Tubby and beaten the crap out of him, like on a race. He walks away, the crying dude. And that in and of itself wasn't bad, but then sometimes when Panthro got involved, then everybody goes, oh, this is the dude that's screwing me, and went down like some prison house like retaliation gay, right? Soap in the socks and right across the head, and everybody. So you would have Mr. Bubs and Panthro, you would have Leo jumping in with Panthro, definitely Tubby in with Panthro. Sometimes you would have Josh jump in. So you have 4 or 5 dogs fighting Panthro, trying to take out Panthro. So what does one do in that event? Well, one fights the dogs, and so you're there defending Panthro, and so the first thing you do is get rid of him, because he can only take a couple of licks, and you're like in going crazy gladiator mode right here. And so you wick him with a PVC pipe. He will take off and hopefully not come back around. You got to make sure you're dealing with business. Tubby will be in it till he is separated. Leo he could be maneuvered away with pipes, PVC pipes. Jerry always runs for his life. He doesn't want to be involved in any of this crap. However, Jerry is the one that has started fights before. And Jerry, because of his PTSD, has nicked a lot of the kids in the head over the years, because for whatever reason, they're just walking by him and he just snaps. And he just beat him down. And so everybody has this little tiny fear of Jerry. And they should, because especially now that he's an old man. But I think he settled down in his old age. He hasn't bit them for a while. So anyway, we have this fight going down, and you get it down to 2 or 3 dogs. And if you're by yourself, that's one thing. It's a complete, and this is like walking through the steps of a hell when this goes down, because it feels like hours and it's seconds. And you usually, if you don't have some humans here, you're kind of screwed. I've done it without the humans here. I had a fight we called the Roctagon, which was out way back on the other side of my house when there was no grass. And it was me, Mr. Bubs, Panthro, and there was another dog for a while, but we fought it out. And all I could do was scream. My kids were like kilometers away. And I fought and saved Panthro that day. Mr. Bubs just was so ticked off, and all of them had cuts. I mean, no, not deep cuts, but it was not a good day, no doubt. So we had the Roctagon, but other than that, we always had rules like at least 2, most time 3, sometimes more than that. Knock it off! Knock it off, Josh! Nothing. I got him. Knock it off. Sorry, everyone. Story time gets interrupted. As you see, there has to be an alpha. Knock it off. You're screwing up the story. You should be ashamed of yourself, Josh. So, it comes down to usually 1 or 2 once you do it. So the humans, if you have the humans, it's a lot easier because we have a fight procedure. One human gets one dog's back hind legs. We used to have a tail procedure. And we decided that wasn't a good idea. It's not a good idea lifting up their legs either, because it can damage their legs. And so you have to take basically this is from fighting. This is how to fight animals. You have to lift the back legs up. If you have multiple humans and you have two pits that are locked, to stop them from like ragdolling each other, you lift the back of them up, and so they're basically suspended. They don't have that power on their back legs or anything to rip the other one around. That's one fight scenario that has happened. And that's just, we learned that later on in life and times, exactly how to fight with the dogs properly to the best of our abilities. But it always ends up with one of these guys locked, or what people say is locked. And people say that pitties, are like, they have lockjaw, and that's just another myth. They're absolutely not lockjaws. I've ripped the majority of my dogs' mouths open when we were ready to break them, and it hurts. It's not great. Your hands really, really hurt. And there's only been one incident with a panthro fight that we had right over by the fountain over there, where he was locked and I could not get him unlocked. And so I finally got a stick, and you can get like a tent peg, and you can grind it down so it's not sharp. And if you put it up to to the right of their gums, you're not breaking in their mouth, but what you're doing is you're rolling it in their teeth, so they think they lost the grip, and they will actually open their mouth to try to re-grab, at which point you're obviously getting them away from that. But in all of those breaks, I usually end up getting caught. Panther got a hold of me one time really bad, over there. I don't know if you guys can see that one or not. I think it's right there, but he was hooked in my arm, and I had to unhook that. And that panthro accidentally was going for him, and I saw him going for him. I was in the way. He got me, and I yelled panthro as he was ragdolling me, and he let go. Like, he unhooked me from my arm because he knew he had the wrong dude. And so again, that's where people say that these pit bulls are crazy, or they're gonna go on the humans. They're gonna attack on the humans. They're not. I've seen that fire in their eyes. I've seen their just animalistic aggression towards each other. And that was the days of Panthro. And ever since Panthro died, we've never had another fight like that. We've never had anything like that. And Panthro was such an amazing dog to the humans. Like, he was the love machine. This guy was the muffin machine. He worked for muffins and treats. He was the smartest one. He'd do any tricks. He could teach him anything. I had him spin one direction, spin the other direction, shake one hand, shake the other hand. And all these guys do. All these guys are like extremely smart dogs. So, it was just a different day. And I don't know what the world's on the ground, but I guess the dogs need some kind of nutrients, because they're over here like eating the grass and dirt again. They do this. And Bobs, stop. Bobs, don't eat the rocks. If it's rocks, I was thinking most of it's okay, but Mr. Bubs doesn't have a lot of teeth anyway. Stop that. Stop. Stop eating the rocks. Get it out. Yeah, stop. You don't eat the rocks. No. Hey, out. Stop. Move. Go. Don't eat the rocks. Thank you. Thank you. Stop eating the rocks. Bubs, if you're hungry, we'll get you something to eat. No, Bubbles. Don't eat the rocks. Come on, Bubs. Come on. Don't be that dog. He doesn't have any front teeth from his battles with Panthro and Life. Jerry, I think, knocked one of his teeth out. Jerry knocked his tooth out going after the kid one time. He missed the kid, hit the bottom of the bar stool or something that we have. Ow! He's on my toe! That sucks. Sorry, guys. Oh boy, just steps on my toe and like puts 95 pounds on me. Jerry, where's your tooth? He's missing his top tooth. All these guys, man, there's so many wars into this stuff, but I'm the guy who can tell you absolutely these pit bulls don't attack the humans. Not me. How many wars? I got story after story for you guys. I have fights from over at the other house we used to have 6 years ago to these guys. I mean, these guys have fought since the beginning of time. Nora, Gene. So this is how something starts. Guys, get over here. It's actually the family's home. All right, everybody's home. Kids. All right, so my wife just appeared. And everybody else, knock it off. Hey, knock it off. Nora, Gene, This is how it goes. Wow, perfect example of insanity. Now, Panther over here, it's a different story. Everybody has tasers, bats, gloves, and we walked around like that. Nora, Nora! Michaela Sue. Yes, it's your family. Watch out, barbecue's going. And this dude here's like 95 pounds of barbecue, like running, bouncing like a child. Bouncing into you. Now, guys, settle down. Yes. Nora! Nora Jean. See? Hey! Stop, everybody. Nori, stop. She just hurt herself. Stop! Nora! And these two will always go crazy. Would you guys please hurry? Alright, so this is the reason again that guns don't actually mean anything when you guys can have pit bulls. Because your guns can't quite chase things like the bulls. Knock it off. Leo, settle down. You just gotta manage them. It's not like I'm a killjoy. Too much of a killjoy. I'm clicking the camera real quick. I don't think my new camera's gonna be like this. This is an art all of itself of actually getting in the gate and seeing what happens. Okay, settle down, everybody. And they gotta accept you back in the thing. Okay, everybody, watch out, Cubs. Get the dogs. Get the dogs, Cubs. And you gotta make sure when they go up there, sometimes they go running in the house, fighting each other the same direction. It's always something like that. But I guess we made it to the entry. So here we are. And I guess that's it. Hope you guys have a good day. Hi, Eli. And this is the way we are. Is everyone ready? You guys ready? All right, say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. They made it to the end of this, and they get extra dog kisses. All right, bye, y'all.